Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out today. My name is Lori Valentine. I'm the Communications Director with the Prince George's Economic Development Corporation, and we are here this morning to do a little bit of celebrating and a little bit of looking forward to what's going on as far as economic development is concerned in Prince George's County. I have with me our Assistant Deputy Administrative Officer from County Executive Baker's office, Mr. David Iannucci. We also have Mr. Adam Berman, who is one of the developers of this site. I also have from the Economic Development Corporation, Ebony Stocks, and from FSC First, we have Dawn Medley. And last but not least, we have the council member from District 3, which also encompasses part of the area that we're sitting in now, council member Danielle Galeros. We just want to thank you all for coming out. I am here only to be your MC for the morning to talk about a success story. And the success story has to do with the Economic Development Incentive Fund, which is a fund that County Executive Baker put together about 3 or 4 years ago. Started out with $50 million. I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but the excitement with that is that this day represents yet another success with the Economic Development Incentive Fund, in that the Bermans will be moving from one phase to another in a development that they have put together. So without further ado, I am going to hand it over to Mr. Iannucci, who is going to give you a little bit of background on the Economic Development Incentive Fund, where we're going, and then we'll ask Mr. Berman to come forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you all, and really thank you to these great folks behind me. And I'm David Iannucci. I've got a long title, but people call me the Senior Economic Development Advisor to the County Executive. And when he was running for re-election, election in 2010, we talked during the campaign about what it was that was holding Prince George's County back, what was hindering our ability to compete. And one of the things we identified was the presence the presence or the absence of this type of fund, the Economic Development Incentive Fund. And from those conversations and County Executive Baker's resolve to reinvent Prince George's County economy came this $50 million fund. So my thanks to County Executive Baker for his leadership. My thanks to the County Council of Prince George's County for embracing his idea of allowing Prince George's County to compete with anybody on the block, any one of the jurisdictions around here. Councilmember Galeros has been one of the true leaders and supporters of this program since she's been on the council. I really want to thank you for that. But it took a leap of faith for the council to understand this brand new tool that a lot of other jurisdictions had, but we never had in Prince George's County. And now we are able to compete. And now that using the Economic Development Incentive Fund, along with a lot of other tools and incentive programs, we're able to very strategically work with those businesses that give us the greatest opportunity to grow our commercial tax base and to add jobs. And those are the two things that really drive us every day: growing the commercial tax base and adding jobs. And so every transaction that we analyze, and I know I'm going to talk about, we've done 32 so far that have either gone through the process or actually right now are pending County Council review. That represents 32 represents several hundred, I think we would say, that were analyzed and that didn't make the cut for some good reason or bad reason in some cases. We are very serious about this process. Ebony Stocks, Dawn Medley are really the brain power of the Economic Development Incentive Fund team in terms of analyzing each deal, making sure that the taxpayers of Prince George's County are getting value for their dollars. And have they got value? 32 transactions so far. Totals about $22 million in economic development incentive funds. That has leveraged $255 million of outside financing from banks or other financial institutions. We brought in $4.3 million in state funds, and the borrowers themselves have brought equity of over $302 million to the table. So $22 million in economic development incentive fund have leveraged total investments, or will leverage total investments in the county of over $608 million. Again, some of these transactions are yet to will go in the ground, and that's what we're here to talk about. But if you look at the pipeline of what is an approved or pending approval EDI fund deal, we're looking at a 27-to-1 return. That's good at any racetrack in the United States. And then let's talk about the jobs part about it. We count, again, when these 32 deals either will have closed, will have settled, or been approved, almost 3,500 jobs that will have been retained in Prince George's County and 2,900 jobs that will have been created. And included in those numbers are companies like Bozzuto that had made a decision to leave Prince George's County, had made the decision to leave Prince George's County. But because of the work of County Executive Baker, the County Council, and the use of this fund, they're in brand new offices over on Ivy Lane in Greenbelt. Or Thompson Creek, which was going to leave Prince George's County for a space in Virginia down 95, building a new facility down to Pennsylvania Avenue. So this fund has made a difference. Big companies where we've been able to keep them, small companies, minority companies, many local companies have benefited from this. We have special priority for local and small minority companies. So we've made great progress, and I'm very, very pleased that the Bermans are part of this. And I will tell you that the Bermans have figured out how to use the Economic Development Incentive Fund as good as anybody. Because this isn't their only transaction. They also have the one in Bowie. But I really want to thank the Berman Enterprises for their commitment to Prince George's County, which is not just where we are in New Carrollton. It's not just in Bowie. It's in other locations in the county as well. Again, I want to acknowledge the role of the county executive and his leadership. I want to thank the county council, and in particular, I want to thank, again, Councilman Glaros. I know we're going to have another budget battle, and we're going to make an argument that these dollars are investment dollars. These are not expenditures that just go out the door. These are dollars to get on a 27-to-1 ratio get repaid. So again, thank you for your leadership. Thank you all for a part of the team that will be here. So it's now my pleasure to introduce Adam Berman, a partner at Berman Enterprises, who's, I think, going to tell you some interesting news, but I know he's going to tell you how important the Economic Development Incentive Fund was to his success, both present and future. Thank you very much.
I'm Adam Berman. So here we are at our building site near the New Carrollton Metro. And just to give some perspective here, we're standing just up the hill from the newly built Department of Housing and Community Development building, which sits next to a building down the hill. And then just beyond that is the metro station. So what we're doing here, it's a 4-part project. Part 1 was this office building built to suit for the state of Maryland, bringing in 400 employees to this metro station. And we're here today to announce officially that starting in a couple months, we'll be breaking ground on the large parking structure which will serve 2 beautiful apartment buildings and a central plaza area with ground floor retail and all the amenities that millennials and people looking to move back more into an urban environment near Metro are looking for. I want to first say that we're just extremely proud to be working on another great project in Prince George's County, creating quality economic development, jobs, tax base, and being part of a nucleus around which the New Carrollton area will continue to grow and thrive. This could not have been done without the efforts of a number of public officials that want to see the New Carrollton transit area to develop to its fullest potential. Our support for New Carrollton has spanned 2 gubernatorial administrations, 2 council members, and our current county executive and mayor of New Carrollton. We thank them all for that great support. Their collective efforts, along with the support of the community and countless state, county, and town agencies, have allowed us to deliver our development on time and on budget. This project could not have become a realization without Prince George's County's coordinated approach to attracting economic development. It obviously started with the county executive and his senior officer for economic development. That office remained in constant contact throughout the process, putting us in touch with the Economic Development Corporation and the Financial Services Corporation. Our ability to attract a primary tenant and reassure the state of the county's commitment in resources, assistance, and a speedy entitlement process was largely the result of our work with these 3 offices. Essentially, the county's Executive Economic Development Office, EDC, and FSC became our boosters and advocates to the state and within the county. No individualism, just focused team effort. This same team effort is now helping us with permit issuance to allow groundbreaking for the garage in late fall, early winter, and construction on the first residential building, which will go right over here with 277 units. That'll begin by late winter. That's it. That's very shortly. And this is to mention about this building. We're going to be bringing DC, what the millennials look for in DC, but here to this metro station. We're talking granite countertops. We're talking resort-style pool. We're talking outdoor clubhouse with all the fire pit, with lounge seating areas, rooftop deck plaza, beautiful fitness center. We're talking all the bells and whistles. So this is it's very exciting for us, and we remain very bullish on the New Carrollton area and are excited about the future phases of Carrollton Station, which will be after this apartment, another one just over here, to finish out 500 units in this section up here where we're standing, and then later on to our adjacent property just down the hill right next to Metro. So very excited, and thanks to everyone.
Thank you. $2.5 million coming from the EDI fund to assist with this project moving forward. I'm going to now introduce you to Ebony Stocks, who is the EDI fund manager for the Economic Development Corporation. Ebony?
Thank you. My name is Ebony Stocks. I am the EDI Fund Business Development Specialist with the Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. The EDC serves as the front door for the EDI program, and it is my job to evaluate projects in order to maximize the economic impact of the program as it relates to growing the commercial tax base and creating jobs for residents. Our goal is to finance projects that encourage private investment and provides real economic growth for the county. I am excited about today's next phase of the project because it will create 50 new jobs, inject $165 million in total capital investment in the economy, and will revitalize and rejuvenate the community of New Carrollton. It was a pleasure to work with the Bermans because they had a vision, and the county had a vision, and the taxpayers and the residents of the county has a vision. And this development represents a convergence of those visions. This is a success story of how the business community and the developer and the government can come together to propel growth and capitalize on the tremendous assets of the county. This mixed-use project is one of many that we will be celebrating in the upcoming months. In our pipeline, we have over 28 projects seeking $20 million in EDI funding over the next 12 to 8 months. This represents $670 million in total capital investment, the retention and creation of over 9,500 jobs. And this number doesn't even include the construction jobs that will be created.
Say that again, Ebony. Say that again.
9,500 jobs will be retained or created, and that doesn't include the construction jobs. Of these 28 projects, we anticipate that 12 of them will be moving forward in the next 6 months, representing over $93 million in total capital investment. The pipeline includes a range of industry sectors, manufacturing, IT, healthcare, and other real estate development projects like this one. For companies that are interested in the EDI fund, they can call me at the EDC. We offer low-interest loans and conditional loans for businesses that are expanding in the county, want to remain in the county, and are considering relocating to the county. We have a special focus on transit-oriented development and development within the Capital Beltway. Priority is given to projects that expand and significantly strengthen employment opportunities for county residents. Projects that promote local, minority, and small businesses in the county and make capital investments in our community. The program is designed to leverage financing from traditional lending institutions, and loans start at $250,000. Please call me or visit the website at the Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. I will now introduce Don Medley, Vice President of Business Finance Programs and EDI Fund Manager at FSC First. They are a key partner in the administration of the EDI Fund.
Good morning. I'm Dawn Medley. That long title Ebony just said is what I do on behalf of the county, and I'm joined this morning by our President and CEO at FSC First, Ms. Shelley Gross-Wade. And my job in relation to the EDI Fund is to ensure that turn over every rock and looked under and behind every bush, sometimes piles of dirt, to make sure and ensure the county is making a smart investment, one that is both credit-worthy and can bring long-term financial sustainable results for the county's investment. And this project, $2.25 million of the EDI dollars, Carrollton Station Mixed Use, is a perfect example of P3 strategic economic development, private-public partnerships coming together. Financing for this project was a collaboration of a consortium of county economic incentives like Pilot, the private sector, and Berman Enterprises Construction Group. This project, as someone mentioned earlier, is one of 32 projects totaling $21.8 million in EDI investment from the county's $50 million economic incentive fund. Collectively, these projects total $608 million in collaborative investment, with this project being $165 million of that P3 investment. FSC First has worked hard and in harmony with the county's economic development initiatives and provided underwriting and facilitated many strategic planning think tanks and negotiation meetings to satisfy the county's economic development initiatives, the EDI Fund legislative mission, community goals, and the needs of the Berman project, which, again, as others have said, Adam, was a pleasure to work with. There are no less than 22 people providing review and governance of legislative compliance on each project funded by EDI dollars. FSC First will be the asset manager for the entire term of this project and look forward to a continued successful relationship with the Bermans to the benefit of Prince George's County residents. FSC First looks forward to providing strategic financing solutions for more projects that improve local economies and are the catalyst for sustainable economic growth in Prince George's County. Thank you.
And last but not least at all is our council member, Danielle Glaros, District 3. We are delighted that she could join us today, and I'd like you to come say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Well, thank you all for being here today. It is truly an exciting moment for me. One of my top priorities here in District 3, and New Carrollton is in essence in the heart of District 3, is to really develop and redevelop and revitalize at our metro stations, both at College Park Metro and New Carrollton Metro. And I'm thrilled to hear that we're moving forward with the next phase of the project. Already we've brought 400 new jobs here to the New Carrollton area. We're about to groundbreak on the first market rate project to groundbreak in this area in over 20 plus years. I mean, this is a very big deal to bring DC amenities out here to the New Carrollton Metro Station, which is such a hub for the region, for the state, and for the county. And so I really credit Adam Berman and his family for their leadership. Many years ago, the community came together. They saw the vision of what the possibility is on the Metro. But if it isn't for the partnership that you see in front of you today, the partnership with the developer, the partnership with our Department of Permits and Inspection Enforcement, who's doing all of our permitting, the partner with our EDI fund, who put together the $2.25 million package that they put together. All of this is a true partnership to get this project moving off the ground. And it's truly going to be an amenity that's also going to help to strengthen the 450 corridor that's right behind you, to help strengthen the work that's going on in the city of New Carrollton, which has been really a tremendous partner as well in pushing forward economic development. And I can't say enough good things today. One thing I would mention is really the partnership that exists on the EDI fund between the council and the county executive. The county council wants to make sure that if we're using our tax dollars, we're using them smartly. And clearly the EDI fund is living that is really delivering that to us. The 27-to-1 ratio that David Iannucci spoke about earlier, that is unheard of. Part of it is that we're leveraging so much additional money, and particularly state dollars that before county businesses were not able to compete on because we didn't have the money as a match out there. We didn't have maybe a few $100,000 that we were able to give through the EDI fund. The deal in front of you is probably one of our larger deals with the EDI fund, but there are tremendous other smaller deals, 100,000, 200,000 range, that are truly making a difference in delivering jobs, delivering businesses here in the county, and putting us on the trajectory that they mentioned with 6,000 jobs, which is incredibly important to ensure that our employees, our residents here can actually work, live, and play here in Prince George's County. So thank you again for this team behind me, because it is really together that we are truly improving our community. So thank you.
Okay, that concludes our press conference today, but I do have a visual. We would like to officially give the Bermans a check for 2.5. I made a mistake. Sorry, Shelley. So, you guys want to slide over
I'll take
here?
it in small bills. I'll take the change in small bills.
Oh, this way? Okay, come on over this way. Slide over this way. David, can you hold the check for me? Adam?
So you guys in here. No, this is
Ebony,
you,
Don Harrigan.
Shelley and Ebony.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Okay.
Everyone looking at
We're good?
Monica?
Fantastic.
You got it, Monica? Okay. Yeah. Chris?
Okay. Fantastic.
For Twitter.
Jobs, jobs, jobs.
We
Thank
good,
you all
Monica?
for coming out
Okay.
today.
Thank you very
I appreciate
much.
it. If you need copies of our press release, come on by.
Thank you.